Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the channel where we carefully unpack the most significant and often heartbreaking developments within the gilded cages of the global elite. Today, we delve into a story of immense personal urgency and royal destiny, focusing on the accelerating efforts of King Charles III to secure his legacy and, crucially, to mend the fractured relationships that threaten the stability of the monarchy itself. This is not merely a tale of succession. It is a profound narrative of a father facing his own mortality while attempting to orchestrate peace among his warring sons. A mission made all the more poignant by the shadow of serious illness. Before we begin this deeply personal and institutionally critical discussion, please remember to show your support. If you value this comprehensive look into the heart of the royal family's current struggles, do take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss our detailed updates. Your engagement helps us bring these vital stories to light. The monarch's race against time. The news swirling around Buckingham Palace, despite the carefully curated public statements, suggests a sovereign grappling with the harsh realities of a life-altering diagnosis. King Charles III, now 76 years young, is currently undergoing intensive treatment for cancer. While the official line has consistently sought to downplay the severity of the monarch's illness, maintaining an air of business as usual, sources close to the palace reveal a far more sobering private assessment. The king himself has reportedly acknowledged the profound and unsettling truth that life under the shadow of cancer is inherently unpredictable. This undeniable uncertainty has become the primary catalyst, dramatically accelerating his mandate for familial reconciliation and solidifying the operational plans necessary to ensure a seamless continuation of the crown. In essence, the king is not hesitating to admit that his time on this earthly plane may be inexorably winding down. Even as Buckingham Palace dutifully reiterates its assurances that all is good, the persistent nature of the disease has compelled His Majesty to confront the ultimate questions of legacy and continuity with an unprecedented speed and clarity. This is a monarch who understands the weight of history. He cannot afford the luxury of delay. Therefore, Charles has reportedly finalized all meticulous arrangements concerning his eventual departure from the royal world, and, critically, the immediate and formal succession of his eldest son, Prince William, to the throne. These are operational plans that stretch far beyond the ceremonial. They are about the very preservation of the institution itself. The imperative of reconciliation, the Harry factor. One of the most telling indicators of the king's desperate need for peace and resolution within his family dynamic was the recent, highly scrutinized visit of his youngest son, Prince Harry. The seismic rift between Harry and the royal family has been well documented, marked by accusations, memoirs, and an Atlantic Ocean of distance. Yet the king's cancer-hit health has acted as a powerful, almost tragic forcing mechanism, compelling him to reach out and attempt a reconciliation with the Duke of Sussex. In September, Harry undertook a transatlantic journey, flying back to London for what has been described as an emotional, intense, and profoundly significant encounter with his father at Clarence House. This meeting was monumental, marking the first time the two had seen each other in a staggering 19 months. For the king, this meeting was more than just a brief, dutiful check-in. It was a clear indication that he desperately wishes for the long-standing family feud to cease. More profoundly, Charles desires that Harry achieve a measure of stability and settle down in his life, thereby securing a better, less tumultuous future for himself, his wife, and his young family, who reside thousands of miles away in Montecito, California. The underlying plea from father to son appears to be simple, yet incredibly complex in its execution. End the conflict, find peace, and allow the family, even in its fractured state, to move forward. The king, in preparing for his final arrangements, is seeking to leave behind a legacy not only of governance but of paternal love and attempted healing. The top secret blueprints, securing the succession. The gravity of the current situation dictates absolute secrecy regarding the plans for the transfer of power. However, reports suggest that King Charles has already articulated his wishes concerning his departure from the royal world, the formal transfer of power, and the eventual coronation of Prince William. These detailed blueprints have been revealed to the two most critical figures in his life, and the future of the monarchy: his steadfast wife, Queen Camilla, and his heir apparent, Prince William. Within these highly sensitive discussions, the king has issued a crucial piece of advice, a specific instruction regarding Prince Harry. Charles has advised both Camilla and William that, even after his life has concluded, they should under no circumstances deprive Harry of his fundamental family rights. This instruction is loaded with meaning. It suggests that while the king understands that Harry's role as a working royal is permanently over, he wishes for his youngest son to retain his place within the familial structure, ensuring he is not entirely exiled or stripped of the privileges and emotional connection inherent to being the son of a monarch. This is Charles the father making a final protective stand for his son. The iron will of the heir, William's unyielding stance. However, the noble and compassionate wishes of a dying father are now running headlong into the pragmatic and fiercely protective instincts of the future king. Prince William, who is now carrying an immense institutional burden, appears to harbor a very different perspective on the familial dynamics, particularly concerning his younger brother. The sources indicate that William is determined to draw a clear, unbreachable line in the sand. Despite the emotional weight of his father's final wishes, William is reportedly resolute in his decision to block, or at the very least severely hamper, any attempt by Harry to relocate back to the UK, specifically to the historical royal enclave of Windsor. The motivation behind William's firm stance is rooted in his role as the unwavering guardian of the institution. As the heir, he views his primary duty as protecting the crown from further scandal, controversy, and confusion. Insiders have made it crystal clear: William feels deeply burned by the public conflicts and the revelations that have emerged over the last few years. From his perspective, readmitting Harry, even in a seemingly innocuous, semi-official, or purely residential capacity, would risk reigniting old hostilities and creating fresh controversy that the monarchy simply cannot afford to absorb right now. He does not want to reopen old wounds, especially at a time when the transition of power looms large. William's position is deeply pragmatic and perhaps ruthlessly necessary. He is prioritizing the longevity and reputation of the institution over the emotional complexities of his brother's return. This divergence between the king's dying wishes for familial unity and the heir's determination to protect the crown represents one of the most significant power struggles currently unfolding behind palace walls. The Andrew policy, a stark contrast. While King Charles has demonstrated a desire for emotional accommodation regarding Harry, his policy concerning his brother, Prince Andrew, is stark, uncompromising, and absolutely clear. Prince Andrew's spectacular downfall has resulted in a complete loss of respect and standing among the British people and, crucially, within the inner circle of the royal family. His association with deeply controversial figures and the resulting public relations crisis have rendered him a liability the monarchy is desperate to jettison entirely. This clear distinction illustrates the king's approach to securing the monarchy. Harry, though problematic, remains a son who can be accommodated privately. Andrew, however, represents a threat to the institutional integrity that must be fully isolated. Royal expert Hilary A. Fordwich shared her expert analysis on Andrew's sustained exclusion, highlighting a critical shift in royal protection protocols. She noted that historically, Prince Andrew had always benefited from protection afforded by the British government and the highest levels of the royal establishment. However, with Prince William now stepping into a position of greater authority and institutional influence, that era of automatic protection is definitively over. Fordwich emphasized, and I quote, "Historically, he's always been protected by the British government, but Prince William is not going to be protecting him to the same degree. Definitely not." This statement underscores the generational shift in royal strategy. William, facing immense pressure and the responsibility of leading a slimmed-down, more accountable monarchy, is unwilling to expend political capital, shielding his disgraced uncle. The future king is drawing a line. Liabilities will be cut loose, regardless of blood ties. The unspoken power dynamics. The complexities of the situation are amplified by the unspoken power dynamics currently in play. Even as the king is still technically the head of state, the shadow of succession casts a long, powerful influence. It is rumored that William may hold the ultimate veto power over whether his brother, Harry, will be permitted to participate in future royal gatherings, regardless of their already fractured relationship. And based on his current institutional mindset, it does not appear that William has any inclination to extend a helping hand to his younger sibling, even if such an action were to honor his father's profound final desires. The tension here is palpable. William, as the insider stated, is the heir now carrying the institution. This role dictates that his decisions must be made not through the lens of fraternal affection, but through the cold, hard calculus of institutional survival. For William, the risk of confusion and renewed controversy associated with Harry's presence is simply too high a price to pay. He believes that allowing Harry back into any official or even semi-official capacity would be a reckless gamble, reopening old wounds that have only recently begun to scab over. The speed with which Charles is finalizing these plans, the succession, the instruction regarding Harry's family rights, and the unwavering policy on Andrew, demonstrates a king deeply focused on ensuring his death does not precipitate a constitutional or familial crisis. He is attempting to build a sturdy bridge for William to cross, but that bridge includes a component: Harry's continued familial inclusion, that William may be determined to dismantle. The legacy of a father and king. King Charles III's efforts in this challenging period are a testament to his commitment both as a sovereign and as a father. He is attempting the impossible, to secure the future of a global institution while simultaneously trying to heal a deeply personal family trauma. His final instructions to Queen Camilla and Prince William reflect a profound desire for his sons to achieve a lasting peace, even if that peace requires physical distance and emotional detachment. By advising them not to strip Harry of his fundamental family rights, Charles is ensuring that the door to his youngest son, however slightly ajar, remains unlocked for future generations. Yet, the institutional reality, personified by Prince William, demands a different approach. William's focus is on the solidity of the crown, the integrity of the image, and the unwavering commitment to moving forward without the distractions of the past. His willingness to disregard his father's dying wish for Harry's familial reintegration speaks volumes about the level of seriousness with which he approaches his future role. He is preparing to be a king who puts the crown before all else, a decision that will define his reign and his relationship with his brother for decades to come. The events unfolding now, the swift planning, the emotional meetings, and the firm decisions regarding both the Duke of Sussex and the disgraced Prince Andrew are not just footnotes in royal history. They are the foundational moments that will determine the character and resilience of the monarchy under King William IV. Conclusion and call to action. We have witnessed today the solemn and urgent efforts of King Charles III to secure his legacy and the future of the crown amidst a personal health crisis. His attempts to reconcile with Prince Harry and his clear strategy regarding Prince Andrew are critical components of a comprehensive plan designed to ensure stability upon his passing. However, the powerful countercurrent generated by Prince William's determination to protect the institution, even if it means defying his father's emotional request regarding Harry's return to Windsor, highlights the immense tension at the heart of the royal family today. The question remains: can the king truly achieve the peace he so desperately seeks before the inevitable occurs? Or will the pragmatic decisions of the heir apparent ultimately prevail? We would be fascinated to hear your thoughts on this complex and highly charged situation. Do you believe Prince William is right to prioritize the stability of the monarchy over his father's final wishes for familial unity? Should Harry be allowed to return to Windsor? Or does William's need to avoid fresh controversy outweigh the personal connection? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. We read every single one of your insightful contributions. Thank you once again for tuning in and engaging with this crucial update. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more in-depth royal analysis, and join us next time as we continue to monitor these unfolding events. Until then, take care.